I'm architect Guulshan Roy, principal of Guulshan Roy Architects based out of Manglore. Our firm is a multidisciplinary. We do various projects from apartments, residences, high-end residences, interiors, commercial, institutional projects. A young client who is 33 years old, based out of Saudi, he wanted his dream house basically. And with the huge requirement of 6 bedrooms and with the brief of having a classical looking building. The site was say roughly a square but trapezoidal, 100 by 100 with a 7.5 meter road on the east. The west, the level was like minus 4 meters and this was 0, and it was like a densely populated neighborhood. So we had a residence here and another residence here, plus like there were a series of residences here. But the best part was on the eastern side, like it was like flanked with lots of green trees around, because it was a it's a missionary compound here. The challenge was giving a classical looking building to this client. So one thing which was clear, any classical buildings, either the planning or building the mass or whatever it is, it followed a symmetry. So we had 2 axes. So one was the east-west and the north-south axis. We had a huge porch with columns. Client was a Muslim client. The program had gents living, the ladies living, the family living. So there were like 3 sets of living in the same floor. So we had the gents living next to the foyer. Then we had the parents' bedroom to bring the symmetry in. Then we had the balcony added with again the columns. So from the foyer you enter into a grand family living, because generally in classical or your neoclassical building, what happens is from the grand foyer you enter into a larger space where you have another grand staircase. So this became again a double light space. From the family living, we entered into a ladies' living, and there was a dining here, which had an attached powder room. Then this had another prayer room. From the dining, you enter into the kitchen. Kitchen, again, you had another wet kitchen. Then there was a master bedroom on the southwest side. So the first floor, it was again a typical layout of the the same footprint as the ground floor with a little change. Like there was a central double light where again a southwest became the son's bedroom. There was a home theater space. There was a guest bedroom here. There was another family living space. There was another guest bedroom here. There's a daughter's room here, and the central part became the gym. And this is the porch here with the balcony and columns, and this became the semi-open terrace space. The idea was to have a column-free space. So the central double light court was almost 10 meters wide, 10 by 10 meters. So we used a flat slab construction with most of the grid being around 6 meters. So it would be easy for the basement. The elevation was with a high-pitched roof. So to avoid the leakage happening in the concrete roof, what we did was like we had a flat again slab. These were the columns. Okay, this is the column. This was the porch, and say this is the part of the house. This was the basement. Okay. So what we did was like we built a second layer of roof with steel structure, which went in this profile. So even this space was being used like for services like keeping all the air conditioners. Plus he had a party hall on the top. So overall, like this entire house, you could say like he had a 5,000 square foot of space on the top, 4,000 square foot space in the first floor, another 5,000 in the ground floor, and 3,000 in the basement. It was almost an 17,000 square foot build space. When it comes to the exterior, we used travertine for the wall cladding, plus we used Italian textures like Treviso as the external stucco finish, plus we used marble jalis, and the entrance door, which was again 10 feet height, we used bonded metal. In the interior, the material palette was like we had used marble as the main floor for all the living spaces. Bedrooms were all wooden floors to give the warmth. The basic decor was like quite modern. Again, a fusion of a little neo-classical. Each room had a different scheme, like from the pastels to the brighter colors. The overall experience of the project was quite great because the client was quite open to ideas. Plus, he gave us a free hand in selecting furnitures to any kind of material. He said, go ahead. That was a very plus point. I just want to tell a quote, because since it's a challenge which we faced, like making a classical looking building, whether like we have achieved the right proportions or not, but I feel like we made an attempt. So there's a quote by Buckminster Fuller: "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete."